afternoon, and welcome back to my channel if you're new. I feel like my hair's a mess, my room is a mess, and that is because this is part 2 of my kind of like moving series. We are moving back to Montana. If you didn't watch the first vlog, go watch that one now so that you can kind of get behind the scenes on what we did to move our stuff across the states, what we packed, and kind of all of those things. But this vlog is probably going to be mostly a cleaning vlog, doing things that we have been putting off, like recycling, and also just packing up last minute things to take with us in the car. Hopefully we can get all of this done in a week. We do have our pre-move out inspection tomorrow, and hopefully they're going to tell us what we need to fix, or hopefully maybe that there's not anything we need to fix. As you can see on the wall behind me, we have patched our holes already. From that one was from our TV. We had like a stand on this side that has holes as well. Luckily, I feel like we didn't do too many like holes in the wall, so that won't be too bad. They're gonna paint that. They say not to paint it because the like gray color is hard to match. Which, speaking of the gray walls, I'm very glad that I can finally abandon the gray house, because I feel like every wall or cabinet in this house is gray, and I'm not at all sad to be leaving the gray of this house. We're supposed to get the carpets professionally cleaned, except for the fact that we're not going to be able to professionally clean them and keep cold off of them. So I think we're just going to have them like take that out of our security deposit so that that can just be done on the back end. There's just no way we can have it professionally cleaned and then keep our dog off of it. And I just feel like they might charge us twice. Like, we might pay for a professional person to come professionally clean the carpets, and then if we have Colt on it, then I feel like they're probably gonna charge us again. So I'm like, let's just have them do it all at once and have them do that part. This week, I feel like we're gonna be doing a lot of cleaning up the rooms, doing as much as we can on the carpets, like vacuuming them and stuff, and getting them ready for professionally cleaned. I have to clean our bathroom, what was the guest bathroom, and then the half bath downstairs. I've already done most of the kitchen, which is really good, because I feel like kitchens are so hard to clean. But obviously I had to like wipe the walls, make sure that any food splatters that had gone on the walls was gone, baseboards, making sure our oven was clean. I think it was last week or maybe the week before, something like burned in the bottom of the oven, and so there was this huge like circle in the middle of the oven. And actually I used oven off. I just sprayed it in the oven, left it for like 2 hours. It says you can leave it for like an hour and a half to over like night, so I was like, if I leave it for 2 hours, it's fine. When I went to wipe it up, it just came off so smooth, and there was no like hard scrubbing, so that was really nice. But I do think I want to spray it again, like maybe on the back side of the oven, and maybe a little bit more on the bottom of it. There's not a ton, but there's definitely like a few. I just don't really want to get dinged for like little things like that if I can make the effort this week to do those things. Other than that, I think it's just like window seals, and then really I feel like the carpets and the floors are like the hardest thing, in sense of like I feel like they're the dirtiest, because obviously we walk on the floors, we walk on the carpet. So I feel like those are the things that like really need work. But I feel like other than that, it's not that dirty in here. It also says to clean like light switches and like your walls for handprints. We have no handprints on our walls, and our light switches don't have anything on them either. Like, I'll probably give them a quick wipe, but they're not gonna be that hard. So I feel like I'm really gonna focus on floors this week, making sure those things are done, and then bathroom. And then like obviously the kitchen. I think I said this in the last vlog that we're sleeping on an air mattress. I don't think I ever updated that the foam pad works. So if you're sleeping on an air mattress for like multiple days or a week, get one of these like little 1 1/4 inch mattress pads. This made it so much more comfortable. This is how the oven currently looks. There used to be like a huge black spot like right there, but there's not anymore. So there's just a couple of spots like right there and along the back wall that I feel like could be cleaned. This area has been deep cleaned. Like, I did the microwave, did the outside, I wiped all the cabinets off, I wiped down the fridge front side. Then on this side, we have more of our, we're still kind of using this space. So we have like our coffee pot, our Brita, and then just other random things. Most of these cabinets are empty. Colt is also tearing up a toy. I feel like we just have last minute things like paper plates for dinners, coffee, which is necessary.
Yes.
This room is like pretty much empty. This stuff is just last minute stuff we'll use and then we'll take to Goodwill. The air fryer is pretty old and the rice pot's also pretty old, so that's why we're kind of taking those. This little downstairs bathroom kind of still needs a lot of work in my opinion. Like, this stuff used to be under our sink, and then when our sink didn't have hot water, we moved it under here. We haven't moved it back. All the mirrors in this place are also really tall, and I'm short, so this is always great. But I feel like most of the stuff in here will probably move back out there eventually, but we're gonna leave it here for now. This last front room, which is kind of like a disaster right now, is stuff we're gonna be taking with us. This is most of the pile of stuff we're gonna be taking with us. Not all of it, it just needs to kind of be sorted through. Like, this is Colt's toy. The desk is waiting to be sold, hopefully, or we'll take it to Goodwill if it's not. And then chair is like so beat up that we're just going to be giving that away. And monitor will go into the box that's over there. And so pretty much all of this stuff in this room is going to be coming with us. I'm taking a break out of the house to go drop off a bunch of recycling, and I have stuff in my front seat and my back seat. My back seat is like pretty much full of cardboard. When we moved here, we had so many boxes that we never broke down and like not shredded, but like pulled apart and put in our recycling bin. And our recycling bin only comes every other week. So then it's like, it doesn't even come every week, it comes every other week. And so we just had so much recycling that we couldn't keep up with it. So now that we are actually moving out, I obviously have to go take the recycling somewhere. So I'm going to a recycling center. We're gonna see how this goes because I don't know what I'm doing. When I was a kid, I remember when Walmart used to have those big bins outside of their, like, Walmart just used to have recycling bins. And that's where I remember taking extra recycling when I was a kid, but I feel like that's not a thing anymore. So I'm actually just going to the city recycling. It says it's free and I should be able to just drop off clean boxes, and these are all clean boxes, so I think we should be fine. What I was saying before that was that I went to Starbucks because I had a gift card and I got a berry matcha, and I wanted to, I think it's called the berry matcha, I don't know, it was like double berry matcha or something, iced double berry matcha. On top there's some form of cold foam. I'm guessing it's their lavender cold foam. And then there's berries on the bottom, but I'm guessing that's what part is like the double berry. I'm actually not sure. I thought there was just berries on the bottom. The reason why I wanted to try this is because I actually saw someone with this order and I was really curious as to what it was, and I looked at it was like a new item on the menu, but I'm not actually sure if it's gonna be good. I don't really like my things too sweet. It's definitely a sweet drink. And honestly, I feel like I'd rather just get a plain matcha. I honestly don't know if I'm tasting matcha at all. I'm really just tasting the berries that were in the bottom and the like cold foam on top. It's growing on me and it's good for today, but I don't know if I would ever order again. I'm glad that I had a gift card that I could use on this, so this was like essentially free for me. But I don't know if I would purchase with my own money. Like, I don't think it's that good. I think the original matcha from them would be better than purchasing this. This is just a lot in one drink, in my opinion. I'm gonna give it like a 4 out of 10. And I feel like that's kind of being generous. I really don't think it's the best thing I've had. Now to take care of the stuff in the back, we're gonna head over to the recycling area and see how this goes, because I'm really not confident that this is gonna go well. I'm also hoping that this is for like regular people. I feel like a lot of people are gonna probably be like people who work in an industry in which they do this all the time, whereas I'm just like an average person. So I'm hoping that this is somewhere you can go drop off stuff if you're just like an average household, not a company of any kind. So we shall see. That is some leftover tater tot casserole. Before we packed up like our big glass Pyrex, we made tater tot casserole, which has been really nice to just eat as like little lunches over the week and just have some form of food that's not eating out. The move out inspection this morning went really well. He was here for like maybe 10 minutes. We walked through the house. He pretty much said he doesn't think that there's anything major that like we need to do. He said we already patched the walls and already did that, and he said that the like landscaping in the backyard looks good, so I'm glad we don't have to do anything in the backyard. After the inspection this morning, I cleaned the top 3 rooms except for our rooms, the guest bathroom, the laundry room, which I'll go give you like a full tour of the empty rooms, because I don't think I've actually ever given you guys a look of what the room by room looks like of the house. So I'll give you guys an empty tour of that. And then I also ran trash this morning. And what else did I do? I wanted to go to Goodwill, but I felt like cleaning the upstairs rooms were more important. I started with the guest bathroom, and that really motivated me to clean everything else, because I really didn't want to do the windowsills. But I'll show you kind of the process when I do the ones down here of what I do on the windowsills. We have a little like steam cleaner called a Dupre. Dupre's the brand, but it's basically a steam cleaner, and it has a bunch of different attachments, but it's really good at getting the windowsills clean. A lot of the things when we moved in here were not clean. So a lot of the dirt that actually is built up is not actually from us because we've only lived here a year. There's a lot of built on dirt, but doing at least a little bit of a steam clean, it gets it a little better than it was. Obviously at a certain point when you can't move the actual window itself, you just have to let it live. A good example of this is just like this on the inside of the window was here when we moved in. And this like dirt was already here when we moved in. I've been cleaning like this part, and then when you open the window, this part, and then that like dirt in between. But something like inside that window, like we're not gonna be able to fix that. We have a Roomba, which I would actually really recommend for carpets because it actually is done really well on those carpets and it leaves little lines. And so it makes the carpets look really clean, and it does really clean the carpets, especially with a dog. It does leave like the little pet hair in little clumps, but I feel like that's better than nothing. The vacuum we have, it just doesn't do, like it pulls stuff up, but I don't feel like it gets like a really deep clean. Like I almost feel like the little Roomba is better at cleaning the carpets than our vacuum is at cleaning the carpets. So we've been running that at night to hopefully get some of the floors in there clean. I went in with our vacuum with the little detail brush in the like creases of the baseboards just because I feel like the Roomba can't reach there. So I wanted to make sure to do that around the baseboards of the entire room to make sure that those spots were picked up and cleaned as well, just in case like maybe like crumbs got in it. Maybe if there's like hairs that got stuck in it, then that's clean. And then I also wiped down the baseboards, and that's pretty much it in the room. So upstairs, the walls aren't that bad. I do have to say some of the doors have been pretty bad when I've been looking at them. Tell it's not from us because it's at a height that neither of us walk or would like run into a door. It's definitely from like a height of a child, and we don't have children. So, and Colt is the height of a child, but it's like, it's little like marks of food and stuff that I'm like, okay, we did not get those on the door, but I wiped those off just so that we're not getting dinged for things that aren't us. And our bedroom door actually was like really dirty in the hinges, so I cleaned that off as well. I haven't gotten to the bedroom just yet, so we got to clean that. That's the last place upstairs. It is the biggest room, so that's really daunting, but also obviously we're still sleeping in that room and Colt's still in that room, so it's a little hard to like want to go clean it. I also feel like we're still showering in the bathtub, so I'm trying to wait until like the last minute to clean the bathtub. But I think I might clean the bathtub today, and then if I have to spot clean it maybe like later this week, then that'll be okay. I'm gonna eat my lunch, and then I'm going to open a Celsius. This is the Spritz Vibes Sparkling Snowball Frost. It says it's a limited edition. I hope it literally never leaves because I actually like this one better than the Arctic Vibe, and that's like usually the one I like the most. So hopefully this one doesn't leave. I don't know if it's like special edition for like winter. I don't know, but I really like it. After that, I think I need to get going on the bedroom, or one, it's gonna get too late, or two, I'm gonna like lose motivation. I feel like I've actually been very motivated today, even though I feel like I haven't filmed a lot of it, but I've been very motivated and I've gotten a lot done. I'll try and film some of the cleaning of the main bedroom. I also have to take the curtains down, which is gonna be a challenge. I feel like I can get them, they're a little taller than me, so I think I need to bring the stool so that I can get them off. And then I gotta find the drill to undrill them, because we also, those are the last two holes we kind of forgot about. So we do need to still patch those holes, hopefully. This is the bedroom you guys saw all the time. This is where I did most of my videos, and it has a closet over there. There's also this closet at the top of the stairs. We kept most of our linens in here. I feel like it had a lot of room, which was really nice. Next to the left bedroom is the laundry room. This one's pretty much the exact same as that other side, except the closet is just in a different place. This was a laundry room. I feel like it was really nice and spacious. Because there was just this bar here, I had a lot of boxes to put all of the stuff in. I left that stuff there because we're still gonna do some laundry over the next couple of days. To the left of the washer and dryer is another bathroom. So this was the guest bathroom, which I've already cleaned. Pretty basic, has sink, toilet, bath. This door always closes, but this is the last bedroom over here, which used to be Mitchell's office, which I didn't show often because it was his space, but this one also has a closet, and this is actually where the little Roomba is. So this is what cleans our carpets really well. We're gonna be taking the air purifier and the fan with us. Obviously, Colt is sitting on the air mattress. These are the curtains I need to take down. A lot of the stuff on that is just going to be thrown into little bags. This closet is kind of a disaster right now. It's kind of where we're putting some of our like toiletries / electronics that I actually need to clean all of this up. Our main closet back here is completely empty, which is nice. The sink area here still needs to be cleaned in the tub, but I'm trying to debate if I do that later or maybe today. I did take off the outside curtain because I packed that with our stuff, but there's not much in here, but it definitely needs cleaned. This is a little steam cleaner we use. I saw it on Instagram Reels when I first saw something of this, so there might be other brands, but I actually really do like the Dupre brand. This is the little tool I have it on right now for the windows. I probably need to check the water supply, but if you want to see how much water is in it, you pull off this little cap. I feel like there's still a lot left in it. But essentially, when you plug it into the wall, there's this little button on the front here. You hit it. It's gonna be I think a yellowish orange when it's heating up, and then it'll be green when it's ready. And then when you go to use it, you press this little button here. It's probably not gonna do anything because it's not on, but you press this little button here. You gotta give it a second for it to kind of get through the cord, and then it'll start pushing out steam. It does have a lot of different attachments too. This is the one I feel like I use the most. It has one where you can clean windows. I probably won't use that one. And then it does have one where you can pretty much mop with this, you can steam mop, which is also really nice. And I've used that one before and it is definitely helpful. So I really do recommend getting a steam cleaner. I feel like it's so helpful when you're trying to clean anything, especially since I feel like it gets up a lot of stuff. And that is really a plus for me. I hate having to scrub things. Gosh. Another little thing I'm obsessed with is this little RoboBit drill, or is it Black & Decker? I don't know, this little drill, because it's just, I feel so handy to have one that's this small, because I don't know, I don't love using the big drill, and I feel this is easier to get into little tight spots. Guys, I think it's dead. Of course. This does work if it has a battery. Apparently it is dead or about to be dead, so we're gonna use the big one. This window is not nearly as bad, but there's the before. Let me open it. This side's a little worse, but I'll give you guys an after. I don't know why this piece is in here. I feel this just needs to go. This is the after with just one pass by. I feel this is good enough, but obviously again, I can't get into the window part right there, but I feel this is way better than it was before. This morning I got everything out of this room finally, so there's no more bed. Our bed is currently in the living room, which I'll show you, but now the floor in here can be vacuumed and we can finally have cold top of it. I'm letting them up here for now because the vacuum hasn't gone to this room yet. But eventually I'll have to kick them up of the whole upstairs in general. Since I was talking about the roommate yesterday, I'll show you kind of a difference of the carpets that haven't been vacuumed versus the carpets that have been vacuumed. But also, it's Bridgerton Part 2 releasal day, so it's Bridgerton day, if you will. I'm really trying to decide if I watch that while I clean the master bath, or if I watch Phineas and Ferb. That's what I was watching yesterday. I just started Phineas and Ferb from the very first season, and I was I'll just watch it all the way through. One, it's really good as a background show, but two, it's also a good show in general, so then I like listening to it and just watching it. I love Benedict and Sophie for the new start of season 4. I'm obsessed with them. Actually, on my rewatch of season 3, I actually fell more in love with Colin and Penelope. I was always a Penelope stan. I love Penelope. In my rewatch, I really fell in love with them and their story that season, especially, maybe it's because I watched from season 1 to 3. I felt more I was seeing them over the seasons. Basically, this was all to say that I've pretty much gotten to season 4 part 1, and I've seen season 4 part 1, but I kind of want to watch it all in one, not in one sitting, but all in kind of maybe a swoop. I kind of want to start maybe do 1 or 2 episodes or 3 episodes of part 1, and then watch 4 through maybe 6 or 7, and then watch maybe 7 and 8. Probably not 8 on its own, because I feel once I get to 7, I'll probably just want to watch 8. But I'm basically on the first episode of season 4 part 1, so I don't want to watch part 2 yet, because I want to kind of watch part 1 again and then watch it into part 2 since now it's released. But that also means I have to be really careful about what I see. But I'm also excited to see who is the lead for next season, for season 5. I'm hoping it's Eloise because I feel like that storyline is gonna be really good, but I also could be okay with Francesca. I feel like I'm leaning more towards Eloise because I think Eloise is like way more of my favorite. I feel like Francesca was missing from the first 2 seasons. Like she was there, but she like her character wasn't as developed, and I feel like now her character is a lot more developed. So if they went with her for season 5, I feel like I could get behind it and I would like it. I'm excited to see Francesca's love story and the twist that they put on it, but I also feel like I've always been an Eloise fan from like day 1, like season 1, from when she was like, Daphne, you must make haste. So I'm really excited and I hope her season's next, but I'd be okay with either. But back to the cleaning, because the show I watched today is not a priority compared to needing to get this cleaning done. Let me show you the carpets before and after, just so you can see how good the Roomba does, and if you have carpets, maybe you'll want to get this. Because at first, I was kind of like, almost a little like skeptical if it was gonna actually clean the carpets, but I've actually seen it and it really does do good, so let me show you. It leaves really nice lines when it gets vacuumed. I feel like it just looks so much better compared to this carpet, which is also the main bedroom and the carpet that Colt is on the most probably. But also at the same time, I feel like it just needs to be vacuumed. If there is any hair that the little vacuum can't pick up, it does clump it like this. So even though it does clump it, it leaves it easier to pick up in the end, because now all I have to do is go like that. Now to wash, probably my least favorite place in a house to wash, which is the bathroom. What I was about to say before my sock got soaked is that I feel like it's okay to wash this bathroom even though we're gonna still be showering in here, because we only have probably about like 3 or 4 more showers in the tub, and I feel like it's not gonna get that dirty. To start, I think I'm gonna go in with the Dupre to like steam clean it, because we've never steam cleaned this bathroom, but I feel like then it will help sanitize it a little. What I typically use in the tub is the Scrubbing Bubbles Bathroom Crime Fighter. This one. Nearing the end of this vlog because we are pretty much packed. I'm currently packing up my toiletries that I don't need for tomorrow morning. Kind of want my shampoo. Hopefully this stays fine because this is glass, but we shall see if I remember correctly. Yep, that goes in there. This bag is good to go. Did this the last time we moved as well, but once the car was packed and like ready to go, he jumped into his spot of my car and he just sat there, and he's doing that tonight too as well. He's so funny. He just wants to come so bad, but his stuff is coming. His stuff's already in the car, but he just wants to go. I hope you enjoyed this vlog, and I'll see you guys in the next one.